The vast majority of videos on my channel have been about Olight flashlights, and I've got a lot of people in the comments encouraging me to branch out a little bit and check out some other companies' lights, because I know there's a lot of solid manufacturers out there making flashlights. One brand in particular, though, has popped up in those comments more than any others, and that is Sofirn. I've heard a lot about Sofirn, that it's a fantastic value, and yeah, so I finally decided to get one. And I got the SC31 Pro right here. So this is a light that uses 18650s. And yeah, I'm really excited to try this thing out. It's USB-C rechargeable. As you can see with the screen indicator, it is fully charged right now. So yeah, just check this thing out. Basically, one of the most intriguing things about this light is I think that it competes with some other lights that are twice, if not 3 times more expensive than it. I was able to find this light on Temu for under $30. You can get them for under $30 with the battery included, or under $25 without the battery included. I decided to get this light without the batteries, and I got 2 of these. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to pronounce that or not. Hexenfire. 2 of these types of batteries. I just got a 2-pack of these in addition to the light, just so I could have a spare. But basically, yeah, you could be out the door for about $30 or less with this light and a battery or 2, which is pretty amazing. And like I said, I got this on Temu.com. You can find similar deals on AliExpress. But I think once you get into like Amazon or eBay, the price of this light starts to jump up. But yeah, if you are willing to wait a little bit longer for shipping than with Amazon or eBay, you can get a great deal on this light, and it'll show up in a package similar to the one I just showed. And yeah, ready to rock and roll. I also wanted to mention what else is included with the light. In the packaging, you'll get a charging cable, USB-C. You will also get a lanyard and a couple of spare O-rings as well, so very nice. And a user manual. And I'll just flip through this briefly, but basically I'm gonna be sticking with this simple user interface right here. There's also a more advanced UI, and I think I felt physical pain when I saw this for the first time. It looks so complicated, but I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you're the type of person that really wants to program your light to work exactly as you would like, this may be a good option for you. I think personally I'm going to stick in the shallow end of things and just run the simple UI for now. But yeah, thankfully there's other great videos explaining how to use that advanced UI. But in this one, I'm just going to be running through the modes on the simple UI. Another thing I wanted to point out is that this light, first of all, yeah, I mean, just looks good. Got some cooling fins on the side here. Little spot for your lanyard loop on the tail cap. You've got this clip, pocket clip. It's not a 2-way pocket clip, and I found a little workaround though. So let's say you don't want to carry it bezel down in your pocket. Let's say you want to carry it bezel up instead, or maybe you want to use it on the bill of a cap as kind of like a makeshift headlamp. What you can do is just unscrew the tail cap and the head of the light, and then just flip the body of the light around. The thread pitch is the exact same on both ends of the middle section, so you can just switch it around, and just like that, you now have a light that will carry bezel up and or be used as a makeshift headlamp with this clip here. So yeah, I just wanted to show that as an option. But anyway, with that said, let me take this thing outside, run through the various modes and see how it looks at a little bit of distance. All right, and I wanted to do a voiceover on this part because there was gusts of wind making the audio bad, but the first thing I wanted to show was the moonlight mode here on my hand, and if you can see just a little bit on the retaining wall, it actually does show up at a little bit of distance as well. Really nice to have a moon mode on any flashlight in my opinion. And then from here, pressing and holding the button of the light will begin to ramp up the output. And here I just take it up to the very max setting, which according to Sofirn is 2000 lumens. And I gotta say, I believe them in this case. I have no way of measuring that exactly, but it is an amazing amount of output, especially coming from the size of light that this is. I also wanted to mention that I got this light in 6500K. I believe it's also available in 5000K. I don't know if that is completely accurate or not, but yeah, I know for sure this one's a 6500K cool white CCT. But anyway, yeah, pressing and holding the button again from here will begin to ramp the output back down. So as you can see, it gets dim and it goes all the way back to moon, the lowest setting. But the cool thing is you can interrupt the ramp up or ramp down process at any point and basically stop in the middle wherever you like. And the memory of the light will maintain that output. So whether you turn it on or off, however many times, it memorizes that setting that you had it in last so that it can be used from there. So yeah, I really like that user interface. It's simple enough so as not to overwhelm someone like me, but it is nice to have the options and basically a lot of variable output to choose from with the light. So yeah, really like that. And I'll go over some more functions and features of the light that are available to you right off the bat when we go back to the workbench. But yeah, I just wanted to show how this light looks at a little bit of distance. All right, very impressive output as we saw from the SC31 Pro. I also wanted to go over a few other functions you have available to you with this light. You can access the moonlight mode by holding the center button down for 1 second and then releasing. So that gets you right into moon. You can also access the highest setting of the light by double clicking the button. So that brings you to the max output right away. And that can be done, by the way, whether or not you are, the light is on or off. So double clicking that switch will bring you to the max output right away. Yeah, very cool feature. Another thing you've got available to you is a lockout mode. And by clicking this button 4 times, we're now in lockout mode. So that switch letting us know we're in lockout. So if I go to try to turn the light on, it's actually blinking, letting me know, hey, you're in lockout. No problem. So to get out of lockout, what you'll do is you will click 4 times and hold. And now we're back into moon. We can begin ramping up and down, just like normal. Another really cool thing about this Android UI is that it allows you to check the battery status via checking the voltage anytime you like by triple clicking this button. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a pause and then another blip. So 4.1, the voltage is 4.1 on this battery. I thought it'd be kind of cool to check this out because I do have a multimeter right here. Let's see if the voltage of this battery really is at 4.1 right now, because if so, that'd be really cool. Obviously these 18650s, they've got a nominal voltage of 3.7, but when they're fully charged, the voltage is around 4.2, somewhere in that neighborhood. So yeah, let's just see if the voltage of this battery is about 4.1, because that's what the light just told us it's sitting at. Let's check this thing out. Pretty dang close. 4.079. So yeah, I guess if we round up, that brings us to 4.1. That is a really cool feature. So yeah, you can get an idea of your battery life by triple clicking the button like that. I think that's a pretty cool feature. Another thing I just discovered is that if you don't like the gradual ramp up effect that you get and gradual ramp down, what you can do is triple click the button, and that brings you to a different stepped UI instead of the ramp. So now when you ramp up and ramp down, it does so in steps. It's not gradual anymore. So, and if you don't like that, you can switch it back by triple clicking. and it blinks just to let you know that it has done so. And there you go, right back to the gradual. So really, if you prefer the stepped UI or the gradual, it's very easy to switch in and out of that. Pretty cool. Yeah, the more I tinker with this thing, the more I'm liking it. So what can I say in the way of final thoughts about my initial impressions of the SC31 Pro and of Sofirn in general? And this is my first light from them. I'm really just dipping my toes in at this point, but I gotta say, everything I've heard about the value of these lights seems to be holding true. In my limited experience, I'm really impressed with what you get for the money with Sofirn. Phenomenal light. It's got a similar form and function to, for example, this Olight Warrior Mini 2, but for about 1/2 to 1/3 the cost, depending on if you find these on sale or not. Yeah, for about the price of an Olight i5T, you get something that's comparable to the Olight Warrior Mini 2. Now, these lights are different from each other, and in a future video, I think I'm gonna compare them, do some comparison and contrasting between these lights. But yeah, phenomenal value with this SC31 Pro. That is pretty undeniable, at least at this stage. So yeah, very happy with it. Thank you very much for checking out the video. Really appreciate you watching. Hope you have a fantastic